I'd like to ask about your next potential ship order. It's kind of a two-part question. First is some other cruise lines have been ordering sort of further out than we'd seen before the pandemic, some 8 or 9 years, some 12 years. Are you sort of having to think longer term about your order book than maybe you would have previously? Is that something you feel that you'll also have to do, or that we may see you do? And then secondly, it seems like there's kind of unofficially talk about a new ship class for me that would be smaller than the last two ship classes that you've had, and that may allow you to go to some markets that it can't handle some of the sort of newer, larger ships today. And I wonder if you can help quantify for us what percent of the driving market now, right? Because there are clearly markets like Miami, New York, where you have a big driving market, but these other potential new port cities that you're not going to with some of your new hardware that would be new drive, kind of new source markets that are within a drive. Can you quantify kind of what percent increase that could be in your drive market penetration, if thinking about what those smaller ships may reach? I realize this is a longer term question.
We feel we have a very good line of sight on our order book, and it's all subscribed to being disciplined in the growth of our business. And of course, as we're adding capacity into our fleet, just to always remind that as you're seeing with Utopia and Icon, or you're seeing with Silver Ray, et cetera, they're going into different segments and different markets and different deployments each and every day. So, of course, in the cruise ship business or in the cruise business, you're always thinking longer term. You're not just thinking longer term in terms of growth and orders, but also your environmental footprint and what we can be doing to further reduce our emissions and the fuel that we burn, et cetera. So this is a longer term business, and designs of ships like Icon, which you heard us talk about, was 7 years in the making. So this just doesn't happen, a couple of years out. So I think we feel very confident about our path of growth, and we feel very confident in our ability to take on those orders in a very disciplined way. We're always going through and we're always designing the next classes of ships, really for all of our brands. We specifically pick segments and brands in those segments and deployments and experiences that we believe have a very long runway to generate demand globally, as each of our brands are a globally sourced business. And of course, the other thing I think that's important when you think about ship classes, whether they're could be smaller, they could be larger, it's kind of also consideration that we also have ships that are reaching 30, 35 years, and so some of this is not just about we want to build same size ships, smaller ships. It's also replacing ships that will eventually kind of reach their end of life. And I think when your question comes about the drivable market, the ships that you're referring to that we're looking potentially at smaller ships will probably replace some of those older ships.